Hello, brothers and sisters. Welcome to the Daily Word. So this morning, I have a bit of a sudden realization, I guess. Sudden realization. Shooting with some of my friends, and I've realized that I actually was, how do I say, I was living at the moment in a way, but then I was reacting um, based on how I feel at the moment. Yeah, which is something that I wait. Let me lower down the volume a bit. Probably it's too loud. Yeah. So I realized that um, I don't know. I think I don't really like how I talk, even though even though I thought to myself that it back then I used to thought that, oh, this is me, so I cannot change who I am, so why don't people just accept me for who I am. But but then in this case I switch it into a different perspective, where I feel like I don't like what I'm hearing, I don't like what I'm seeing, you know. But in a way, we control everything, in our lives. We control what we see, we control what we hear, we control what we talk about. Yeah. Um, so I can tell you a very short story about yesterday. So, not gonna disclose any names. So, there's this uncle that actually fell down. This old man who fell down near in Kuching, okay, in near the area that we're shooting, and one of my friends actually went over to help him to to get back up, and then there was me and another friend. My other friend was still thinking like, what can he do, okay, and then at the heat of the moment, I don't know. I was thinking of like um I was trying to find a positive of planning things out first beforehand before actually doing it. Like for example, read the chapter first before I do this live stream, so that I have a bit of a preparation and I have a mental be aware of the things that we are not prepared for. Okay, for example, yesterday that really got me, like, reminded me that I'm actually not prepared at things that are at heat of the moment, like when things started to happen and you have to think quick on your feet. I'm not good at that, so now I'm preparing for that, like in case some other things happen at the heat of the moment. I'm prepared to help out. Okay, I'm prepared to go straight forward and then help out. Okay, I can say I wasn't taught that way early in the early days, like from my parents, from people around me. So that's why I think it's a very incredible sight to see my friends actually going 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 over to a stranger, to an old man that fell down to help out. It's really heartwarming, and I think I've never seen that personally before. I'm not sure, because I think it's because last time, like, I remember I did try to help out, but then my mom and my brother, or like some people told me not to help out. So I've been trained to not to help out. Whenever I have the chance, I don't help out. But what does that mean when it comes to being a servant of God? So I did ask myself, am I truly a servant of God if I don't do that, or am I just being selfish, or am I just serving others because I want to serve myself? So it got me thinking a lot about what it truly means to be a servant of God. Okay, what it truly means to help people. Are you actually helping people because you wanted to, or because you wanted to find a benefit from helping that someone? Okay, and I I would say, right, like, it will be much better, of course, when there's like something that you can get from both ways. Okay, but I would say it's the attitude towards helping the person, or it depends on the situation, I guess. Yeah, so like for example, if you in business, if you're helping someone just because you want to help them, that can be great. Okay, that can be great, but um what's the return from that, what's the return, yeah. So it can be in terms of like cash, or it can be in terms of like a collaboration or any other stuff, yeah. So I did mention like in some of my episodes talking about like there's always a return in everything that we are doing, okay. So I guess the question is how much we emphasize on the return. That's the most important thing. Do we emphasize a lot in the return when we are doing something, or are we more focused on what we are actually doing? Yeah, so that's the biggest question that we all should know how to answer. We all should be prepared to answer. Like like for it, I can easily apply this to what happened yesterday. Like the old man fell down. Okay, at the heat of a moment, I think to myself, what can I gain from this? I can gain his I can gain his trust. Okay, I can gain his recognition, yeah. So when I focus on that, then my help is like, okay, I'm just doing this just because I want to gain his recognition. But if I shift that mentality into thinking like, oh, I wanted to help him. I don't care what am I gonna get, because this is my principle. So it goes back to character. Like if you call yourself a servant of God, then are you actually a servant of God? Or are you a servant of God because of your own needs? Because you wanted to gain something from that. Yeah. So yesterday I would say that's a testimony for me to think about these, like when things are started to happen, when you are at the heat of the moment, how should you be thinking, or are you prepared for these kind of incidents when it happens, okay? Are you mentally, spiritually prepared? Is your heart prepared to serve when the time comes? I would say yesterday is a very good chance for me to serve, okay, but then I didn't take hold of that opportunity. But then God taught me another thing, which is being act with integrity, like with principle and with honesty, yeah. And to really know, to really watch my words, because words can definitely do a lot. Yeah, I mean, like right now I'm reading the word of God, okay. So really have to watch my words. Imagine if God didn't really watch his words, okay, and then everything that he taught us would be different, okay. So so um but it's very hard for me to compare my words and God's word, okay, because God's words are are much more different than us humans human words, yeah. So but yeah, anyways, so that makes me wanna, if you realize, like, this live stream, I'm not trying to be fake, I'm not trying to be someone that I'm not, okay, but I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to be someone that I wanted to be. So that's why I'm talking it in this way, in order to train myself in a way to be talking like this, like more slowly and more constructive, I guess. Like I can think when I'm talking, because if I talk too fast, I wouldn't be able to think when I'm talking. Yeah. So yeah, this is something that I really want to point out some other day, like talking about like being there's this term when it comes there's this term called two-faced, being two-faced, yeah. Which I think, if we put it in a different perspective, it can actually be great, you know not to say being two-faced directly is great, but we can use a different approach when it comes to that method. Yeah. So right now, if you might be thinking that I'm two-faced, but you might be thinking I'm two-faced, but for how I see it is, I see myself as someone who wants to improve, or someone who wants to become someone, not someone else, someone that I want to be. Okay, yeah. So is this so I don't really understand this term, like why are you trying to be someone else and not yourself? But the thing is, do you know yourself enough to be yourself? Yeah, I always ask this question a lot. Yeah, so when I don't know who am I, and I don't know who I am, then I should definitely be someone that I wanted to be. Yeah, and someone else might have that same trait, but it doesn't mean that I cannot do that as well. Me doing this live stream, me talking in this way, someone else might be talking in this way as well, but then it doesn't mean that I cannot do that as well. Yeah, because I like this trait, and I like this attitude. It's like it's like you're talking, the thing. This is like talking about, like, if you see someone is doing good and you don't want to do it because you want to feel different, then it wouldn't make sense, right? Like you are actually a very good person, but then you want to be different. Yeah, so that's where obedience come in. Yeah, that's where you really need to know how to judge between right and wrong. Okay, and but then in the end of the day, it all depends on you, and you yourself, whether if you like your decisions, whether you want to accept criticism, or you want to just live up your life the way you wanted to. Okay, and the way God intended you to live. Okay, all right, with that all said, it's actually the title of this live stream: stand firm and you will win life. Yeah, so with like when so yeah, in this world, there's definitely gonna be a lot of like challenges, a lot of things that's gonna shake us into believing in others than in the word of God, or believe in God. Okay, yeah, there's definitely a lot of these. Okay, so we really have to know how to stand firm and prepare for what's coming, which is what's been taught in Luke, the book of Luke, chapter 21. Jesus was talking about the destruction of the temple and signs of the end times. Okay, you guys can go and read it. It's quite it's good as a reminder to ourselves to always be prepared, stand firm and win. And the title is actually one of the verses, and I save it out in one of my notes. It's in verse 19. Stand firm and you will win life. Yeah. So yeah, we all so this is a great principle to learn from, to always stand firm. Okay, you cannot stand loosely. Okay, stand loosely, then you might fall. Yeah, so we always have to stand firm and you will win. Stand firm in everything that we are doing, when it comes to business, when it comes to not relationships. Yeah, in everything. Okay, especially our belief. Okay, yeah, unless your belief is wrong. Yeah, if your belief is right, then you can stand firm. Yeah. Okay. So the first part, the widow's offering, we can see right here. Wait, hold on. Let me have a drink. Today's episode is gonna be quite long. But it's alright. Okay, so for the first part, verse 4. All these people gave their gifts out of their wealth, but she, out of poverty, put in all she had to live on. I tell you the truth, he said, this poor widow has put in more than all the others. So Jesus was talking about a poor widow putting in two very small copper coins. Okay, a poor widow. Yeah. So I did mention in some of my episodes, like the people, all of us, we know how to make a living, but we don't know how to make a life. Okay, so the more you give, the more you give, the more you live. Okay, the more you actually live. Yeah. So that's why. So, um, today we in Philippines, I can share with you. This morning, this is my first time seeing it in the Bible, and I really love it. Where is it? Mhm. Where is it? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Philippians chapter 2, verse 2. Then make my joy complete by being like minded, having the same love, being one in spirit and of one mind. Do nothing out of selfish ambition and vain conceit, rather in humility value others above yourselves, not looking for your own interests, but each of you to the interest of the others. Yeah. So this verse actually it correlates with this the poor widow, like, even though she is poor, but she can still donate two very small copper coins. Okay. Yeah. So what does that tell you? It tells you that she she has more heart than the people who has a lot. Okay. If you were given a lot, this is the same. One of the verses in the Bible also is I forgot what's the book. So it goes something like this. Like, the more when there's more given, more will be taken. Yeah, but I don't want to mislead you. But yeah, I strongly believe in this because I've been in this position as well. Like, last year is a very good experience for me. I wasn't thinking a lot about offering value. I was thinking a lot about myself, you know. So, and then that life is like, that life, it's not a life that I would love to live, you know. Like, to always think about yourself only, not about the not good good. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna donate again to this help Syrian refugees in Iraq. Give now. So I'm gonna give like oh, I did try to give 1 week. Okay, I can give a day for two bucks, 2 ringgit. So I give. It's gonna take some time. Yeah, and that's how easy it is. Then I've donated. Your meals are on the way. Yeah. So just like that, 2 ringgits, 2 ringgit that I can give. Okay, and it feels it actually I actually feel good to do that. You know, I can say honestly, I haven't developed this habit of giving. I didn't actually develop it well enough yet, so I'm actually at the um the thing is that I donate when I was reminded. That's the thing that I really want to eliminate. I would love to try to donate it. They donate as a habit and not because I've been reminded. Okay, so I guess this is something that I have to work on myself. This personal development. That's something I want to work on myself. Spiritual development as well, like to give as a habit and not when you're reminded. Like yesterday, well, this is something that I really wanna have to write down. Okay, I'll say help, serve as a habit and not when being reminded. Yeah. So this is something that I really want to learn myself, like how to serve as a habit. This from Owen's podcast as well. It's like some people might not be able, you might not be able to reach to them, but you can find different ways in talking to them. This way where the two faced thing came about, like finding finding your ways into communicating with them you can probably talk in a different way, or they might want to hear that advice from someone else instead. Yeah. So if you really wanted to help out this person, then you have to find your ways into reaching out to him or her. Yeah. So and everyone, if you know how to master this skill of talking to people, then you can really actually really go far. It's a, I would say it's a very fundamental and a good foundation for service, for being for being for to be able to serve others, to have this skill of communication, of knowing how to communicate. Yeah. So I would definitely would like to know more about this. Maybe probably gonna buy a few books um regarding this. I downloaded a few ebooks, but I haven't really get into it. But now I'm going more into the mindset actually. But yeah, I think I think I've been reading a lot about the mind for quite some time. I'm not to say I know everything, but then I would love to um change um look into different things for a while instead of like constantly on the mind. Yeah. um yeah. mm, yeah, so it's like something like the 80-20 rule. Like you don't you so right now it's more of a 80 and then 20% result. Yeah, for my part. But yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah, that I still stand by my point of like developing human skills, communication skills. Yeah. So like communication skills you can apply to anything. Like you can find your ways to communicate to God. Okay. So and the thing is, you can communicate with God in all ways. Okay, in all ways: prayers, worship, praising, um serving, um what is it, taking the communion, sharing the good news. There's a lot of ways. Okay. Yeah, so you find a way that works for you, and you find the strength. What's your strength in that, and then you amplify that strength. Yeah. Like if you're good at praising or worshiping, then you amplify on that. Yeah. So yeah. So find your ways into doing that, and then be prepared for the end times. Yeah, you guys should definitely read on this, but I can give you something that you guys can keep out on. For many will come in my name, claiming I am he, and the time is near. Do not follow them. Okay. Yeah. So this is what has been. This reminds me of the the thing that they say, like they talk about like the Maya calendar and stuff. Yeah. So do not follow them. Okay. The time is near. I seriously don't know why and how can the news report on that thing, you know. I still can't put my like wrap my head around that. Like, how can the news report on the Mayans calendar? Hmm. But it is news. It is news, and they're definitely gonna get a lot of traffic. But the thing is it ethical to cause panic? You know? But yeah, we that's why you cannot blame Christians for not listening to the news. Of course, we should keep track on like the priority news, like about COVID or about something else, about the market and everything. But these news, yeah. So we really have to develop ourselves to be able to know what what is right and what is wrong. Okay, stay away from those things that you know that's wrong, which is that. But I don't know. I find it quite funny to see that. Okay, make your mind. And verse 14. But make up your mind not to worry beforehand how you will defend yourselves, for I will give you the words and wisdom that none of your adversaries will be able to resist or contradict. You will be betrayed even by parents, brothers, relatives, friends, and they will put some of you to death. All men will hate you because of me, or not a hair of your head will perish. By standing firm, again, by standing firm, you will gain life. Oh, I didn't highlight on this. Some verse. Oh, I did. Stand firm. Oh, it's different. This is gain, but I love the one in my Bible. Yeah, which is win life. Yeah. So yeah, these are the things I hope that you guys can keep track on. Like, okay, oh yeah, and one more, verse 34. Be careful, or your hearts will be weighed down with dissipation, drunkenness, and the anxieties of life, and that day will close on you unexpectedly like a trap. Yeah. So this is something like depression, like for me, like sometimes does happen to me, time and time again. I can say yesterday, it's like it really just suddenly hits me. I can say it almost makes me wanna go back to my old ways, which is smoking, almost. But I did pray in my heart. I should definitely amplify that pray much louder. Yeah. But then I did it. Thank God I did it. I'm not gonna say that I'm blaming my friend because my friend was smoking. But I would say it's a very good test for me. It's a very good test. And because it is what it is. It is what it is. Like, people will still do things. It can be good or bad, but it depends on us whether we wanna do what they do or not. Yeah. So it still goes back to like whether you can judge or not. Okay. So yeah, where is it? Oh yeah. Yeah, so it will come to you unexpected. I wasn't expecting that to hit me so strong, like the urge, like crave, like, oh my gosh, like I wanna, like, after seeing what they do, I'm like, how nice would it be last time to do that. Yeah, probably I can try one. Yeah, so that's the thing, like when you try one and it feels good, then that's something that I've learned from Atomic Habits by James Clear. Like, there's a cue, crave, act, response, and I forgot what was it. Yeah, there's four things when it comes to a habit. So if I get one, if I cue is like when I see my friends smoke. The crave is like I remember what it feels like. Response is me smoking. Fourth would be, I forgot what's it. Habit. Atomic Habit. James. Yeah. I did mention that in some of my episodes. But I forgot what is it. Let me find. Q. Okay. Wait. Reward. Yeah. So Q, craving, response, reward. Okay. Response, smoking. Reward is the feeling after that. Yeah. So I should definitely read this book again. It's so good. Yeah. So, but thank God I didn't do that. So my Q is the smoke, but then I stopped the craving by praying. Yeah, and my response is praying. Reward is my satisfaction of not dwelling into temptation. Yeah. Okay, that's it for the daily word of today. So I hope you have a great day today. Gonna jump back to work. So may God bless you and have a great day. See you tomorrow. Bye.